Stormwatch 12 meteorologist Josh Colbrith. Now, planning for this Friday morning, Josh, what should people expect?
Yeah, well, if you're headed out the door, especially to the west of the Cascades, you should expect some light rain. And if you're in high enough elevations, you should expect some snow as well, and also some tricky travel in some of those Cascade passes. We do have this winter weather advisory in place for western Siskiyou County for the Cascades and Siskiyous above 5,500 feet. This goes until 4 p.m. As when everything's said and done, we could still have a few more inches of snowfall in those areas. And we have a couple different wind advisories out. So we have these high wind warnings, and this is in place for the coast and for the east side, as winds could gust anywhere between 60 to 65 miles per hour. On the east side, it'll expire at 7 p.m. Over there on the coast, that'll expire this morning at 7 a.m. And kind of the same messaging for the wind advisories that we have for the Shasta Valley. That expires at 7 a.m. this morning. But then on the east side, that expires at 7 p.m. tonight. Some of those lower elevations of Klamath and Lake counties, as those gusts can get all the way up to 50 miles per hour. So we'll plan out your day hour by hour with Stormcast. You'll see this big mess of rain throughout really the first part of the day. Everything really starts to taper off in between Newswatch 12 midday, and by the time we're on the air for Newswatch 12 at 4, 5, and 6, we really see a rapid reduction in the coverage of everything. And then by the time we get past midnight, we're just looking at a few clouds. Of course, there will be fog that returns to the valleys. And then look at this for Saturday. Not a whole lot of clouds in sight. We love to see that. We definitely need some sunshine just to lift our spirits a little bit. Some of the rainfall we could see over the next, 24 hours, we could see anywhere between a tenth to a quarter of an inch along the coast and along the Cascade Ridgeline, but pretty pitiful rainfall totals in the west side valleys, east of the Cascades, and in northern California. Now, snow levels, they'll be dropping throughout the course of the day, so that's why we're expecting maybe a little bit of a transition into snow in some of the highest elevations in northern California a little bit later in the day. And we could see some pretty beefy snowfall totals up there at Crater Lake, but then Diamond Lake, Lake of the Woods, maybe only getting a couple inches. And then I think it's probably just a dusting there at Lakeview and at Chemult. So for today, rain and higher elevation snow throughout the course of the day. Things really start to taper off by the time we get to the afternoon, and those winds will back off throughout the course of the day, especially in the coast and in Siskiyou County. They'll hold a little bit more steady on the east side. And then for tonight, the rain will leave, but then the fog will enter the picture, especially within our valleys. And this could be in the form of freezing fog, just depending on how low the low temperature gets. So especially down there in Siskiyou County and over in Klamath Falls, freezing fog is almost a guarantee. And as we look forward to the next few days, we have a very pleasant and dry weekend, and that dry weather will carry over to the beginning of the week. But then we have more rain chances as we head into the middle of the week. So let's take a look at that full 7-day forecast along the coast. Wet and windy today, and then we dry out and have very pleasant conditions for Saturday and Sunday before we have a series of systems. And they're not looking very potent at all, but they'll start to impact the region Monday going into Tuesday. At least they'll impact the coast. But we have a very dry stretch of weather in northern California starting on Saturday, and then we don't really see another chance for rain until we get into the middle part of next week. And in the basin, we're expecting that transition into snow a little bit later in the day as those snow levels will drop. Also, we have that high wind warning in place for Klamath and Lake counties, and the wind advisory in place for some of the lower elevations. So a lot of active weather on the east side today, and the most active weather is going to be up in the Cascades today, as we'll have maybe even a foot of snowfall there at Crater Lake, a couple of inches at Diamond Lake and Lake of the Woods. But then we clear out for the weekend, and we'll clear out in the Rogue Valley as well. It's going to be a foggy start to Saturday, but Sunday should be very bright, and it looks like we only have just the slightest chance of some showers as we head into next week.
All right, we'll take all the rain we can get, but I'm sure a lot of people excited to finally have a dry weekend.
Yeah, it's a catch-22, of course. We still have that exceptional drought, so we definitely need to squeeze every little bit of it that we can. But, you know, a day or two of sun, that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, take advantage of that. All right, thanks, Josh.